Hey Libra, this is Wishko the Ferret. Thanks for hopping into the Ferret Den where we're keeping things warm, we're keeping things cozy, and today we have a reading for you for March 13th to the 19th for that week. So before we get started, I do have a Patreon that I'm launching that if you like my vibe and if you think I'm cool, go ahead and subscribe or like this video so that you can help grow this community so that you don't miss any further content from me, and also so you can keep up to date for when the Patreon actually launches. It's going to be late March, early April. It's still in the works right now, and I'm still working out some kinks and planning some stuff. So if you're hyped and if you're excited, then woo, let's go. So Libra, I'm going to start channeling for you here. I have pre-shuffled oracle cards for you for this week. Right off the bat, I am getting a sense that you're like, this is kind of like a direction reading. Like, you're not really sure where your life is going. At least that's what Spirit has like called through to me, like when I was shuffling the cards. So I think that's going to be like the basis or the theme for this reading. We'll see when we pull the cards. But as always, the only way you'll know if this message is for you is if you drop into your wishing. Let the dust physically, emotionally, and spiritually settle within and around you so that you can determine which messages are for you and which messages are for others. So while you drop into your heart space, I will say my own prayer. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for connecting us to this energy. Thank you for surrounding us with a positive, loving, white, golden light. Thank you for connecting to us straight from source, the highest love, the highest truth, the highest light. Thank you, angel guides. Thank you, spirit teams, for helping us facilitate this connection. Thank you for allowing my energy to ease and to help me channel flawlessly, seamlessly, just any information that we have for Libra for this time, for the 13th to the 19th. People come to my readings, I hear Spirit always say like you have a gift from God, or like you have gifts to use. So Spirit said, I'm going to require you to say that every time so I can understand. But I feel like Spirit wants me to reassure you that you do have gifts. You do have gifts that you would like to, that you are able to use, and usually they're gifts that we want to use, things that we like to do. So just because you could be like a multi-talented individual who does have a lot on their plate in terms of skills, and you could be over encumbered with the idea of, I don't know what to choose, but really just embrace how talented you are and how adaptable you are. Don't think that, like, you shouldn't be shamed for choosing one path over another. Spirit wants you to go where your heart follows, because that's where you'll flourish the most, especially for someone who has a lot of interest and they're not really sure, like, don't let your talents dictate your life, basically, because you have so many of them that, you know, I mean, it won't be a waste if you ditch your amazing calculus, you know, skills or mathematician skills for, I don't know, going on a spiritual journey. Don't feel like, you know, I mean, you might be like a super spiritual person, but maybe your true passion lies with, I don't know, like maybe you do have so many spiritual gifts of connecting, but you actually want to pursue something like photography instead, and that's like where you want your main income to come from. That's where you thrive the most. Just go where your heart wants to go, and then you will thrive. And current energies for you, Libra, we have the sun. So really, I'm just hearing shine bright in whatever it is that you do. The only thing that's coming to mind when I pull the sun is Spirit says shine bright, shine as like big and loud as you can, because you have the skills and the resources to back it up. With the King of Pentacles, you're surrounded by abundance. But this may feel pretty lonely because you also have the Hermit energy here. So for this week, I really feel like you're the only one here that's dictating your path. So being extra careful to not let anybody else, not really letting anybody else tell you how to achieve your goals. I'm hearing somebody say that, like, you make your own rules. You make your own rules. That's how you've lived life. That's how you've always lived life. And that's just something that you treasure the most about yourself, I think, is your independent and free thinking. It's giving me like Sagittarius vibes, honestly. And as a Sag sun, I can totally like, I can recognize this in a heartbeat. Like, I really feel like this is like a very nomadic type of energy where it's like, I will go where the wind takes me, but it's almost like there's a little bit of fear or resistance to this. In your challenges, you're actually having trouble connecting with your intuition at this present moment. We have the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups. And when these cards are in challenging positions, that means that we have issues, or we're struggling to fight for what's near and dear to our heart because we're not truly recognizing what's near and dear to our heart. And I think, Libra, the issue with you this week is going to, like, it's almost like there are certain things clouding your judgment, or there are certain paths that intersect with your life right now, or that have the potentiality to intersect. It's almost like you are viewing all of these potentialities and you are trying to weigh them all and take them all into consideration, but your heart may be longing for something that you've shut out. I don't know if there's any one particular thing that you are destined to do. I really do. Okay, so I'm getting that there are 3 potential things that you have tossed around in your mind that you actually want to do, but that you're doubting. It's like you're kind of throwing them around, but there's 3 passion ideas, or 3 things that would make your heart sing and grow, or there's just something here about 3 potentialities. And that could be a confirmation for some of you. It might not be 3 big dreams, but it could be just 3 possibilities here. And I have a sense that, like, either you're going to try to juggle them all, or that you feel like you have to choose just one, or whatever the case may be. But it's almost like it's a harrowing decision, is what Spirit said. And you're really struggling to connect with that. You're really, like, it's almost like it's really hard to listen to your heart. The way forward here is, so, like, what's going to make your life easier at this time? You have 2 of Cups. So if you have a support system, if you have a romantic partner, if you have a soulmate connection that is in the form of family, friends, some type of support system, Spirit is recommending that you lean on them at this time. Go to them for their sage wisdom. If there's like a sage-like figure in your life, Spirit's recommending that you go to them to talk to them about it. Sometimes airing out, like, I'm hearing that there's a possibility of forgiveness for some of you too. I don't know, this could be a romantic connection. This could be somebody that someone's been lenient with you, or someone has not voiced their concerns about something, and then has finally, I don't know if they've said something or there's been tension, but they have forgiven you for whatever reason. But what's going to make your life easier, what's going to lessen the pressures of those energies, I just feel like your dreams aren't just about you. I feel like maybe some of you could be in partnerships where whatever future you choose, you will have other people relying on that future, because they want to grow with you. So maybe in terms of, like, I don't know, maybe like a roommate or like a spouse, or it's like the direction in life that you are choosing and willing to take at this present moment. This could be, I feel like for some of you, this is a romantic relationship. For some of you, this is just somebody who relies on your income, or like you're about to share a future or something. So having their support is greatly appreciated, but talking to them about your doubts, or talking to them and being open with them about what it is that you want to pursue. Always make sure that you're in a space to do so. I mean, I always advocate for people to have relationships in their lives that actually permit the exploration of the self, and that are open to change. But yeah, again, this is in your 7th house for a lot of you. Mars, you have, for the Astro Dice, you have Mars, Aquarius, and you have the 7th house. And the Astro Dice for Mars says that there's like passion. Maybe there was like an anger. Somebody was like tributing something to you or whatever, or attributing something to you. Spirit just said tribute, so I don't know if they meant they've attributed something to you, or that there is a tribute to you, which 2 completely different messages. But essentially what they're saying is there's kind of this passionate energy behind, like, whatever, like, you're doing what's working for you, is what Spirit is saying. There's a passionate energy that exists in this relationship, and Aquarius is calling for you to want to be true to yourself. Like, they are the most authentic signs of the zodiac. So really, like, embracing and falling into your sense of self and truly being real with your partner, I think, is going to be very beneficial for you at this time. It's going to be beneficial to express your authentic self. If this is not like a partnership for others, like for those of you who aren't single, for those of you who are single, or who don't really resonate with the partner message, I feel like that this message just isn't for you. But it could be just being authentic with yourself, being authentic with your support system is going to help you, it's going to be hard. If you don't rely on your support system, Spirit says you're going to crash and burn. So you really need to find your support system and make sure that, like, you have somebody to rely on, or that you, like, you can do it independently if you want, but like Spirit's saying, you can't do everything alone, and there's always somebody. There's always somebody around, even if it's just like one of your coworkers that you work with, and you, even though you don't 100% see it well, I would say connect with your intuition so you can determine it, but it seems like you're struggling to connect with your intuition at this time, and it's okay to just blindly reach out and see like who's going to answer the call, like to at least listen. So I think even having someone be a soundboard and just be a listening ear is maybe all you need, because even if that person is a doubter and says, actually, I think you should do option A out of the option A, B, and C that you present, and you give your reasonings why and your feelings, and they go option A, clearly, but you don't agree with that. And all of a sudden it comes up from within you that actually, I think I prefer option C. And then you find yourself arguing for like C over everything else. And then you realize, wait a minute, I actually think I want C the most. So even if the person doesn't really seem to, like get you, they don't have to get you. Sometimes you just need a soundboard, and that's okay. You also have here under what's going to make your life easier, the Page of Pentacles. So it's like studying yourself more than anything. This is a study of yourself, and by doing that, dive into these subjects. Don't just decide that you're going to pursue something. Spirit says you can dabble in each of these. You have some time. You can dabble in each of these. You can dabble in A, B, and C to determine which one is for you, but you're not actually going to be able to decide for yourself until you experience some of it. And I know for some of us, like, it's hard when, like, you want to be a doctor, for instance, and you have to go to 8 years of schooling before you can actually put it into a doctor setting. But honestly, just like look at YouTube videos, look at like read stories about doctors, like look at different things, look at the kinds of things that you'll have to study out of the books, like in terms of chemistry, biology, all of these other things, and really think like, okay, like actually start like introduce yourself to some of the work that you would have to be subject to. And then it's like, okay, is this something that like resonates with my soul? Is this something that, you know, I'm passionate about? Is this something that I can maintain my interest in long term? Because really the only thing is just deciding here. Really the only thing is just sticking to it. But you can explore a little bit, and you're going to have to explore in order for you to be fully ready to go with it, basically, in order to move forward with something. You have leap. You go first. The universe will catch you in your oracle card. So really just take that leap. I mean, like, explore, venture into new activities and new things, attend seminars and such. For some of you, it could be seminars. Attending seminars and workshops could help be that introduction that you need in order to figure out what it is that I don't know. It could be what you need in order to take flight, is what Spirit said. Starseed, what lights you up? Quite literally, this is the card that I get every time I am stuck between all of these options, and Spirit says, just follow your heart. What do you want to do right now? It doesn't have to be what you think you should do. Like, okay, so like this is just beyond the scope of, forget the fact that, like, you know, choosing a career, job, passion, choosing a thing that, like, your purpose or whatever the case may be. Because your purpose is what you're currently living in. Actually, I really like this one video that I came across where somebody had said that I don't like the word purpose because that, and I mean, I still use it, and I'll still use it because that's what people identify it as, but I don't like that. He says, I don't like the word purpose because that is so limiting and confining. And it's almost like when you are going out to find this purpose, or when you are going out to achieve this purpose, you are constantly chasing something. But if you are living in your purpose, if you are actually taking the effort, that is putting the attention in the present moment. You're not chasing after anything in the future anymore and living, like, you're not like going for like, oh, I am this, like, I'm going to be this guide, healer, blah, 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 blah. Like, you're not, like, my purpose in life is to do this. Because it's almost like once you attain it, the way that the sentence is constructed almost feels like once you get there and do it, you'll have achieved it. And then it's what, you know? It's something that you'll have to continuously do, and then what's your purpose? It's like, I'm living my purpose now, I suppose, but it's more of like changing the structure of your purpose and maybe even taking it out. Like, you can say, I'm living in my purpose. How do I live in my purpose today? What do I have to do today to live in my purpose? Not what do I have to do to become in my purpose. Like, there's no such thing. You can live your purpose. Your purpose is something you live every day. It could be the joy that you bring to the world. It could be in something as small as a smile that you give to your next door neighbor when they look like they're having a bad day and they're just ferociously trimming their hedges, and you're like, oh, snap. maybe I could smile at them, or maybe I can chat them up and, like, you know, lift their spirits up a little bit because they look grumpy. That was just like a weird example, but just following what lights your soul up in this present moment. It doesn't have to be one thing. I mean, like, I have many passions and I go for many different things. I'm just trying to have the mentality that I can do it all. And sometimes, like, because I'm a medium, I do hear spirits come and go, and they'll say, like, you can't do it all. And then I'll just, like, face their energy in all of my energy, because, like, I literally, like, because I'll be in the shower sometimes, and I think I, like, heard this once when I was in the shower, like, a few weeks ago. And I literally took my energy, because I was in that mindset. 2023 for me has been that mindset. And I faced my energy towards them. And I said, yes, I will. I don't actually know if I will, but it's the confidence that counts. And I will be at least experiencing everything that I love at some point in this life. That is my goal, and I hope to do it. But because I'm living in this card reading now, for example, I'm living my purpose. I don't have to be successful with it, like, in terms of, like, I mean, success is how you define it, but I don't have to, like, this doesn't have to be, like, my only job. Like, this doesn't have to be something that I even make money from. I'm living in my purpose by guiding other people with my spiritual gifts. I'm using my spiritual gifts. I'm training my spiritual gifts so I can open up to more guidance and abundance, and so that I can hear and see spirit a lot better, so I can help people in other ways. So this, for me, is my Page of Pentacles. You just need to find your own Page of Pentacles and how that works for you, and it's going to look different for everybody. So find what lights you up. You are in a powerful co-creation period at this time, Libra, and Spirit wants you to know that everything that you try to manifest, you are not alone. This Hermit card this week is in your current energies. How do I want to say this? Not that it scares me, but it's like, it is kind of off-putting to see, because it's almost like you are so independent right now that you're not realizing the power that Spirit has as well. That anything that you want, Spirit is never against you. They want to help you manifest the things that you want to manifest. Like, you may be this jaguar sitting here, but they are the owl. Or if you are the owl, they're the jaguar. Either way, like, you are both helping. You are both encouraging the growth of this egg down here. Like, you are both fertilizing the egg, caring for the egg, warming the egg, so that whatever births out of it is what births out of it. Nobody knows what's coming out of the egg. Nobody knows what you're going to produce or what it's going to look like or how it's going to manifest. But you have a goal and you want to go for it. You have things that you love and you want to go for it, Libra. So you just need to understand that Spirit is there with you the whole way. And I'm not going to get too into this story, but the one time I was meant to deliver a message to somebody at the beginning of my spiritual journey, and everything, it was like a period of 2 hours where my intuition was completely open, and I could understand the things that Spirit was allowing to come into my awareness. Like, they were opening me up to all of the things that, it's not like they're in control, but they have the ability, the divine, because we are all connected, they can divinely inspire thoughts and information and urges in others that can help make things easier for you, which I feel like is why prayer is important, so long as it's in the greater benefit and the highest good of those people and the highest good of yourself. You can't control people this way, and that's not really what I'm saying, and it's a little bit difficult to understand because we are also affected by this too. There is like a divine thing that sometimes is like, if you find yourself like swerving to the left when you mean to go right, and then all of a sudden a car just flies past you, that is the work of the divine assisting you with, even though it feels like us, and it is us making those decisions. Ultimately, it comes down to us, what we choose to do. But if you understood how much of a hand the divine plays in our life, you would not even believe it. You would shit yourself. Sorry, excuse my language, but it's... When I was so in touch and in tune, I realized just how connected the divine is to our world and how frequently this occurs, how frequently this actually happens. I was just aware of it at the time, and I don't have that awareness as much. Sometimes I do. Sometimes, like, I have a knowing, oh, snap, that was, they literally, like, did that for me. And, I mean, like, and also, like, sometimes when something happens, sometimes I have a strange occurrence. I'm like, I don't know how, but I feel like me not being in that person, like in that person's vicinity at this time, was actually serving them for whatever reason, because there's something that's in my energy that's not quite fitting with theirs. And like, I got like maybe like the general, you know, I mean, like, and it's not, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I'll do like a seminar or a workshop or something on that at some point during this channel's lifespan. But, not that there's a projected lifespan, but it just feels like maybe that's like a topic for like a whole nother video. But basically, Libra, co-create with spirit, really ask on them, pray on them, like, and see how they communicate with you so that you can understand that they're there. And you have Treasure Island, you have abundance waiting for you, but it will come slow. I feel like, you know, because it's coming in on a turtle, slow and steady wins the race here. So I feel like abundance is there and abundance is great. And the way that abundance is coming in, this doesn't have to be in the form of money, but this, I mean, it can be, but it also it's in the form of recognizing how much that you have and like just welcoming that type of energy into your life and recognizing that the weight that you're carrying is an abundance in itself, is what spirit says with this card. The abundance that is within you, even though it might seem like a burden that you're carrying, can assist in your creation and can be information and wisdom that can be channeled to others to help guide them in their lives. And then that healing that you spread to others, or that guidance or that information or those skill sets or whatever that you spread to others, will come back to you in the form of some spiritual abundance that can really help boost your vibration, boost your finances, boost like your life in general. I really just feel like whatever energy you put out there is going to find a way to come back to you. And again, the divine has a hand in all of that. So really try to work with them and get to know your relationship with the divine. And bloom and attract more than butterflies. And this is amazing because not only do we have co-create, Treasure Island, the sun, and bloom here, like it's the fact that you have bloom on top of all of this stuff, which makes me feel like you really are in a power of creation at this time. It's just a matter of choosing something and sticking to it. And you can change course. I mean, like, again, I have so many interests. I love to write. I love to sing. I love plant care. I love ferrets. I love card reading. I love mediumship. Like, there's, excuse me. I love books. I love travel. I love languages. There's so much to do and there's so much to experience. How could we ever dedicate our lives to just one thing? So don't be afraid of I have to do one thing for the rest of my life syndrome, because that's not necessarily the case. I think security and stability in this world, I mean, if you're working from a capitalist culture or just any kind of culture capitalist culture, basically. I don't know. I'm from America. That's what we do. Capitalism. Woo. But when you're focused on like a state of productivity, you're like, when you're like, Spirit's like trying to tell me something else, but I'm on a point here. I'm on a point here and I want to stick to it, but I can't even remember what I was saying because they're coming in, where it's like they're telling me to channel it straight from the heart, and then I was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, wait, but what did I just say? Oh, we were talking about capitalism and productivity. And I really just feel like there's no one size fits all type of deal. So I mean, if you are the type of person to jump around from I don't know, like job to job, or if you're the type of person who really feels like in order to have that stability, you have to stay at one job forever, that is not the case. You'll probably be working your butt off, but you'll be working, like, it won't even feel like you're working your butt off, because you're going to be so involved in your passions that you're going to want to put forth the work. And Spirit just said, change your profession. So if you've been feeling like changing your profession, but you don't want to because you're worried about like the stability, security, that's not even a thing. That's not even an issue. Like, it's not. I think stability and security is kind of a myth. I mean, you can, like, not to like scare anybody, but I mean, there could be a variety of different circumstances in life when you can lose your job. I mean, COVID kind of proved that, So I really feel like then whatever it is that you want to create can come into fruition. It doesn't really matter if you're starting new and starting fresh. That's exciting. Bloom and attract more than butterflies. Attract abundance, Libra. So last but not least, I'm going to roll the angel dice for you to see what Spirit has. Any lasting messages before we send you on your way? So the 13th to the 19th, what do we got? We have 1, 2, 5, and I'm pulling from angel numbers from Kyle Gray. Was that 1? That was 1. 1, 2, 5. Your angels are encouraging you to know that you have always done everything to the best of your knowledge and experience, is what the book says, but Spirit's also saying that you'll continue to grow from there as well. And that, like, just because you know more now doesn't, like, you don't have to beat yourself up for not having that knowledge in a previous experience. Like, you've grown from those for a reason, and because of those experiences, you've gained the knowledge that you do. So you can't beat yourself up for knowledge that you have not had before. So if you go, and this is kind of like giving me Vulture Spirit vibes from like, that's from like another deck that I use. But Vulture Spirit is kind of coming in to remind you that nothing is wasted. So if you decide to pursue something and then it ends up not working out, or your passion for it fizzles out, or you find that it's not really the right fit for you, it's not a waste. It really isn't, because it opens the doors and attracts more opportunities for you to follow other passions. So if you're so long as you're following your heart, Spirit says that no matter, like, you cannot choose wrong if you're following your heart, because they will always help guide you into the direction that you need to go. And it's almost like the law of attraction. If you follow after what your heart wants and you kind of grab onto that, and again, heart connected with the intuition, things that are aligned with our soul. There are some things that we want that aren't in alignment with our soul. And that's very normal. It's a very human thing, and it happens. But if it's very aligned with your soul and it's something that is meant for you, grabbing onto that opportunity can help lead you to other and better opportunities afterwards, like more doors open. But if it ends up fizzling out and not being it ends up not being like 100% for you, then there are like other doors that open then, because you have trusted Spirit and because you've trusted yourself and seized that opportunity. Spirit is going to offer you more. And it's almost like, I accept your energy, Spirit, so now what else do you have? Okay, and then what? Okay, and then what? Okay, now what else? It's not like being ungrateful. If you're practicing a state of gratitude, it will always be available to you. And one more time on that, your angels are encouraging you to know that you have always done everything to the best of your knowledge and experience. And with that, Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for allowing me to connect with your energy. And thank you to your guys, your angels, and your spirit team for, keeping this channel strong and allowing me to connect with you. So best of luck on your path moving forward. I love you, I love you, I love you. And I'll see you next time.